What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? You know what I'm talking about? I want to thank y'all for tuning in. We had a little technical difficulty a few minutes ago. There's a really bad storm that's passing through here right now, and uh, so we lost a little power. But the power has been restored, and we back in the game. You know what I'm talking about? And so I want to thank you that were watching on the previous live, but we will just start right where we were. You know what I'm saying? And where we were was at the damn beginning, right? So, uh, again, one of the things that I wanted to mention to everyone that's watching me right now is if you're watching right now, please make sure that you go and follow me and subscribe to me on YouTube. But I am here streaming live right now on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. And so you can catch me on IG, on Facebook, and on YouTube at Kattphish. That's Kattphish, and you can see that that's scrolling on the bottom of your screen, right? So that's Kattphish on all of those platforms. You know what I'm saying? So with all of that being said, um, normally I don't go live on Tuesdays because I work overnight. I generally am sleeping right about this time, but I'm not sleeping today. Earlier today, I went with my daughter to band practice, and while we were at band practice, I ended up doing too much and messed up my ankle. And so, because my ankles are very important to me for what I do for work, I cannot go to work, right? And so I said, well, at least if I'm sitting here and I'm sitting at home, I may as well come on here and talk to you all live, right? So, with that being said, I want to thank those of you that are watching me on Instagram, uh, Miss Ford, uh, who's else over here? Little Face Big Results, what's happening with you, baby? You know what I'm talking about? And MVS, you showing up. You know what I'm talking about? I appreciate y'all for watching me over there on IG. And those of you that are watching me on Facebook, and those of you that are watching me on YouTube, I appreciate you. You know what I'm talking about? And MVS, you showing up. You see what it is. You know what I'm talking about? I'm always gonna have Mississippi Valley not too far from me. You know what I'm talking about? So, with that being said, let's get right into it. Earlier today, I was talking with my daughter, and one of the things uh, that had me talking to her was, sometimes we have to look at and Dorian, you're absolutely right. What's going on? I got a story that's coming up after this, right? Well, this is the story, right? So, one of the things that was strange about today, which is a good thing, I was talking with my daughter, and as I'm talking to her, I'm trying to figure out how she perceives me if she were to describe me to other people, how she would describe me to other people. And she was questioning, like, Daddy, why do you want to know that? And I was like, because I've been thinking about my own daddy a lot lately. And I've been thinking about how in the last maybe, I don't know, 5, 6 years of his life, I got an opportunity to see a different side of my daddy that kind of describes me, right? And those of you that know me know that I have no filter, that I say what I want to say and I do what I want to do. And those that knew my father and know my mama know that sometimes you would look at me and figure out like, maybe he's adopted because he's nothing. His attitude is nothing. His personality is nothing like his mama, and it's nothing like his daddy, right? But over the last 5 or 6 years of my dad's life, I realized like I inherited a lot of this stuff from my daddy, right? And so I wanted to see how people looked at how my daughter looked at me. How would she describe me to other people, right? And what I came to the decision, what I realized, I should say, was that um my daughter, I am transparent with her. So every version of me is always on display to my daughter. Every version of my father was not always available for everyone that he encountered. And I got to meet one of the best versions or one of my favorite versions of my father. Uh, Maybe 5 or 6 years, the last 5 or 6 years of his life, right? And that version was like just a fool with it. You know what I'm talking about? My dad was crazy, but it was a good crazy. Hey, Nisha, how you doing over here on IG? And Belle, how you doing? Right? But that's one of the things that I enjoyed, and I just wanted, and it made me think about this one story. Right? At one point in time, I I was a teacher. I taught high school in Greenwood, Mississippi. I taught at Greenwood High School. When I would get off work from school, I would go home. And for those that are watching, my hometown is relatively small, but I love it. But my Walmart is kind of like the mall. And because, oh, baby, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks you for asking. And I would go to Walmart all the time just to see who I could see. I wasn't buying anything. I would go in there and see who I could see. And while I was teaching, I realized that one of my students was his mother and father were former college mates of mine, right? And she worked inside of the bank that was inside of the Walmart. And so I would get off work. Hey, how you doing? I would go and talk to her and meet her coworkers and stuff like that. And she had a coworker. Let's call her Mary, right? She had a coworker. We'll call her Mary. Mary was about my father's age or whatever, right? And so one day I'm in there and I'm talking and I'm laughing and I'm joking with them just to make their day go by better, smoother, faster, or whatnot. And my dad had just happened to walk by and he see me in there. And he walks in there, hey boy, what you doing in here? And I said, I'm just hollering at my people. And he said, well, hey, y'all know this young man? That's my son right there. That's my son. That's my boy. You know, just doing what daddies do or whatever, right? And then Mary, she looks at him and she said, hey, Lonzo. And he looked at her. He was like, oh, you know me? And she said, yeah, I know you. You don't remember me? He said, where you know me from? And then my daddy said, the girl said, oh, we went to high school. You went to one high school and played football. I was at the rival school. And he said, what school you go to, Ruval? She said, yeah. And my daddy stood back and he looked at her. And he said, oh, Mary, I remember you now. How you been? I've been looking for you for a while. How you been? And they exchanging pleasantries and stuff like that. And then my daddy forgot that I was standing there. My daddy said to this lady in the bank, he said, girl, yeah, I remember you. I remember one time we was at this party. We was at this party at some building, and I seen you across the room, and all these folks was in there, and they was putting their weed in the air, and they was smoking. Everybody was smoking, and I seen you from across the room, and I looked at you, and then I smelled that thing, and that thing just pulled me close to you. And I said, Daddy, what thing? He said, that thing. You know what I'm talking about. I smelled that thing. And I said, well, Daddy, when y'all was smoking weed, y'all was smoking real weed. How in the hell you gonna smell some of that thing from across the room when there's weed in the air. He said, "Let me tell you something, boy. If it's some of that good weed in the air like that, and you can smell it, it's either real good or it's real bad." And I remember, you're gonna remember it either way, but I remember hers. It was real good. This lady was dark skinned. She was old chocolate thing. She was a pretty older lady, but she was dark skinned. And I never seen dark skinned people turn red. That motherfucker was red as my cigarette lighter. And the simple fact that my daddy would say something like that, it made me instantly think, like, yo, that sound like some shit I would have did. That sound like some shit I would have said. And so now it's starting to make sense. This is where I inherited a lot of my fuckery from, right? I thought that it was some shit that I just developed on my own. Oh no, this was not developed. This was passed down. I'm genetically a fool, right? I am genetically a fool, and there are other instances that a lot of people did not get to see in my father because he was so reserved with who he allowed to let see his fuckery. Meanwhile, I, on the other hand, I don't give a fuck who sees my fuckery. I put my shit on display. My shit is out there in the open. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a weird dynamic for me to be able to look at and see all of those various instances where he would just let his hair down with me. And I know that a part of that was simply that my daddy had to wait until he felt I was grown enough to be able to partake in some of those things with him. Right now, again, as Kia just said over here on IG, I don't give a damn, but I am also mindful of what I am saying when my son or my daughter are around, right? If it's anybody else kids, fuck them kids, right? I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't have had your kids around me. You know what I'm saying? But when it's my kids, I'm mindful of what I say or what I do because I don't want them to be exposed to my level of fuckery so early, especially my daughter. My son is 26 years old now. So, it is what it is, right? But, that brought me to another story about my daddy, right? Like, um, for a long time, right? My daddy, he was married to my mama, then he got married again, and then he got married again. And then after that, he was single, right? But I never seen him with no lady, right? Except twice. Well, twice with the same lady, right? Where my daddy lived, uh, he lived in this little apartment complex or whatever. And in that apartment complex, he had a storm door and then he had this regular door. He usually keeps both of them locked. And I went down there to visit him twice in a month. The first time I went down there, I don't call daddy when I show up at his house. I just pull up, right? And when I pulled up, I always make a habit of grabbing the door handle and turning it. But I know it's locked, but this time it wasn't locked. The storm door wasn't locked. The front door was locked. Storm door wasn't locked. I opened the storm door and I grabbed the doorknob for the front door to open it, but it was locked. And then what happened? I'm getting ready to knock on the door, and then I could hear the sounds of cheeks being clapped. I hear the sounds of cheeks being clapped. And so I instantly said, you know what? Let me let this nigga make it. Let me turn around and come back later on. So I left. A couple of weeks later, I'm back at home. Now, I did go see my dad later on that day, but a couple of weeks later, I came back home. And I come back home, and as I'm walking up to his house, there's a lady that I know. And I know this lady from my hometown. I know this lady because she worked at Mississippi Valley, and She walking out the door, and as she's walking out the door of my dad's house, she said, "Hey, Lonzo." I said, "Hey, Miss Lady," because I ain't gonna call her name out here. She said, "Hey." I said, "Hey, Miss Lady," and she said, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm all right." And then my dad had come to the door and see me talking to her. He said, "Hey, boy, you know her?" I said, "Yeah, I know her." And he said, "You know her?" He said, "Oh, I know her real well. And she know me real well." She turned around, you know what I'm saying? Big old booty, just booty in. And he said, "Look at that thing. Come on in, boy. Don't sit down right here." I'm like, "Okay, all right." But that's my daddy, you know what I'm talking about? And I realized that I do get a lot of my mannerisms. I do get a lot of my sayings. I do get a lot of my shit from him because I'm with the shit, right? So you know it is what it is. Mr. Rags, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Right? So, you know, there's that. The other thing that I wanted to come on here and talk about again, I'm supposed to be at work, but I twisted my ankle and my ankle is in a lot of pain. But a lot of times when I'm at work, I find products and I have to bring these products on him and talk to everybody about the products that I find. Uh, Queen Nisha, I don't know if she's still here, but she might have been on my last live when I talked about these products right here. This is Laura. This is latex underwear for STI protection during cunnilingus and rimming. So if you're gonna eat some coochie or you're gonna lick some ass, you need to get these draws right. We ain't gonna talk about them draws today because we talked about them on the last live, right? But today I got about 5 or 6 different pieces of lingerie uh, that we're gonna look at here. We don't know what they are. We don't know what they look like. You know what I'm saying? Nisha, you know what I'm talking about? Hey, before I break out this lingerie, Nisha, we talking in sizes, right? X, XL, double XL. You know what I'm talking about? Let me know what your size is, and if some of this here fits you, we might get this to you tonight, right? We might put this in the mail tomorrow, right? But here we go, right? So we got a lot of shit that we found. This shit comes from a company called Sheen. Sheen? Shein. Shein. Sheen. Right? We got a lot of lingerie pieces, right? Okay, and so we're gonna look through them, right? Nisha and everybody else. You know what I'm talking about? What my phone is. Somebody just told me to check my inbox. Let's look at my inbox right quick. Hold on, because it might be some crazy shit in my inbox. Ain't nothing there yet. Oh, did you inbox me on this page or on my other page? Let me go to my other page and see what's going on over there. Let's see. Cause I got my phone right here, you heard me? So Nisha, let me know what size we got. It ain't on my other page either. But I'm gonna go back to to this page here, and whenever that inbox come in, I'll know it. I have one unread chat. All right. Okay. But in any event, so we got about five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 pieces that we need to look at today. We got 6 pieces we need to look at, and we're gonna look at these 6 pieces, and we're gonna talk about them. But before we talk about them, we're gonna take a little sip of this drink right here. All right. Well, we about to see Niche, and this one right here is a 1X, right? And yeah, 1XL, and it's black. So we're gonna open this up and we're gonna see what this is in here. All right. This is black. Oh, it's 2 pieces. This is the fuck is this? This is a thong, right? I think this a thong. This is some shit. I don't know. Yeah. Yep, that's a thong, right? It's lace, it's pretty, and it's got the top part that go with it. So that and this is for the top, and it's lace and it's see through, and I got it on upside down. But it is what it is. That's the first one. That's a large. I mean a 1X, right? So we're gonna take that one. We're gonna put that to the side. The next one we got right here. This is 2XL, and it's red. I'm still waiting on this inbox. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me just inbox you from the right one. How about that? Okay. So the next one that we have here is 2XL, and this is one piece. Oh, I'm holding it the wrong way because that's sideways. Oh, this ain't got no crotch. So that right there where the crotch supposed to be, so you can put this on and still get it on and don't have to take nothing off. Right? And it's got some nice little designs and shit on the back. You know what I'm talking about? So this might be good, right? This might be good. As a matter of fact, what I might need to do on the real is keep this one and utilize it for a photo shoot. For those of you that are not aware, I am a photographer. I'm wearing my photography watermark right now, Solid Studios Photography. My studio is directly behind me, right? So I might need to do that, right? The next one is blue. This one is 2XL. This one is a 2XL. This is, did it come with it? Oh, what the fuck is that? Oh, that's the little piece right there that got the little shit in it, right? Okay, so let's hold this up. Let's look at this, right? This is oh, this is nice though. Yeah. This go over the head like that there, you hear me? And you got the in the front, you got little hearts and shit like that, little heart pieces and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but more importantly, it ain't what it ain't, right? So we're gonna put this back in this bag, right? The next one we have here is a 2XL, and it's white. Because it's white, you can't wear this 2 days in a row because you might get some dirt on it. Or you maybe could wear it more than one day because you can, uh, you know what I'm saying? Like you can wear it and put, once somebody skeet on it, you really won't be able to see the skeet. I don't know how to goddamn put this shit up. Right. There we go. This is white, and it's all right here, right? Got the little crotch area and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? So that's white. That's 2XL. You know what I'm saying? I might keep the red one because I could definitely use that for a photo shoot. Right. So we're gonna put this one over here to the side. Nisha, this one is a 2XL as well. Right? Let's pull this motherfucker out. Is this two pieces or one piece? This is like a goddamn dish rag. Oh wait, no, it's not. I can't figure out how to hold this shit up. That's the funny thing. We know how to take the shit off, but we don't know how to put it on and display it. Uh, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like some shit you wash a car with. We don't know about that. Nisha, we got one more. We got one more after this one. We got one more after this one. This one, it says one size. So Nisha, you might be in luck. This one size fit all. I don't know what the fuck this is. Oh, this something that stretch over. This one of them got down. Yeah. Hey, you know how they be having them goddamn things where they say on TikTok, hey, put it up to your body, and bam, this right here. You know what I'm talking about? So Nisha, this might be This might be something you could use right here. It's black. It's got little sparkly shits on them. They pull the sparkly shits up close to the camera. You know what I'm talking about? But this might be for you. You know what I'm talking about? So that's that. Yeah, I mean it ain't for me to put on. It ain't for me to take off. You know what I'm talking about? And that's the thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like lingerie is wonderful. You know what I'm saying? But lingerie serves no purpose for somebody like myself, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like Christmas. The older you get, you care less about the decorations and the wrapping of the package. You just want to get straight to the package. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't got to wrap it up. Just make sure it's fresh. You ain't got to wrap it up. Just make sure it's fresh. That's all we care about. Hey, yo, Mike, what's good, brother? You know what I'm saying? Just make sure it's fresh. Because we don't care about none of that other stuff. We don't. We don't. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, so that's what I was doing, looking at that. Uh oh shit, my bad. Okay. So, with all of that being said, I I oh, you know what? Hey, I'm looking at your inbox right now. I don't know if you're still watching the live, right? But uh I can definitely give you some assistance. We can shut this off right now. Yeah, yeah, okay. So we'll definitely talk. I believe that since I'm You know what though? And here's the thing, Nisha. Let me just explain something to you, right? What's crazy? What's crazy is as as a as a photographer, I see different levels when you're talking about decorations. I see different levels of decorations, and those different levels are determinant upon the age of the woman, right? Now, the issue at hand is that when you're in your 20s, you women, when they're in their 20s, it is what it is, right? You're kind of like in your bag in terms of being able to determine exactly what you want to do, and you know what it is, right? In your 30s, in your early 30s, you start to get comfortable, but then in your late 30s, you start to doubt stuff. But then once you hit your 40s, especially your late 40s, you hit a new level of shit that you did not know existed in your 20s, right? And so there's a new level of sexiness that comes out, that is brought to the forefront, that people are not aware about. And the thing that makes it cool is, um the older you get, not just women, in life, the older you get, the less you give a fuck. But the less you give a fuck, the more risks you're willing to take. And those risks, even with practicing, just becoming self-aware in your own level of sexiness, it's like, I don't care. Because when you're in your 20s and your 30s, you're more concerned about being sexy for other people. When you start hitting your late 40s, you start becoming sexy for yourself. And it should be all about self to begin with. You know what I mean? That's what it should be all about. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, that's one of the things that I'm looking at and I'm realizing I'm starting to see for myself. And I noticed that my clientele is aging. And because my clientele is aging, it is easier for me to work, because these people are more willing to do what's comfortable for them and not doing what's comfortable for the person that they're trying to appease, right? Let me take these Ray-Ban glasses off. Oh, speaking of which, we're gonna talk about these glasses in a minute, right? But that's the thing, though, Nisha. It's one of the things that people always kind of overlook, right? We we have to do better as people and trying to find our own happiness and stop looking to satisfy other people, right? We have to be able to look to satisfy ourselves, to do things that make us feel good about us, to do things that make us feel happy, to things that make us feel sexy, to things that make us enjoy being in our own skin. Because for so long, especially in our earlier ages, we are always trying to satisfy other people. We're always trying to satisfy other people. Oh, I got to go to the gym because my boyfriend don't like him because I got a little pouch. Oh, I got to go get this makeup. Oh, I got to go get this hair because he like it when I do this or he like it when I do that. At some point, the switch flips in your head and you like, fuck that shit. This shit look good on me because I feel good with it. I'm putting this hair on because I want to. It makes me feel good. I'm wearing this makeup now because it makes me feel good, not for this motherfucker. I am comfortable in my own skin, so I don't have to worry about the fact that I just gained 10 pounds. This 10 pound look good on me. I'm not worried about what other motherfuckers think. And once they get into that mindset, they get more comfortable. And they get more comfortable, they are more willing in terms of lingerie, in terms of doing photo shoots, in terms of just life. You start to be able to understand that sexiness is not just a visual test. Sexiness is an emotion. Sexiness is something that you feel. It is not how you look, it is how you feel. As a photographer, it is my job to take your feelings and bring them into, uh, just to bring them into photograph form. That's my job. You know what I'm saying? So, with all of that being said, Nisha, get your shit together and fuck with me one time for the one time, right? I'm responding to an inbox right quick. Yeah. So, that's that. You know what I'm talking about? And so, matter of fact, Nisha, what you can do, right? But Nisha, you over here on this side of the screen. You on Instagram. On Instagram, you can reach out to me in the inbox and we want to talk about some shit. We can talk about it. We can make shit shake. You know what I'm talking about? Just let me know when you get ready and you want to do it, we can do it. I want to thank y'all for watching me on TikTok. Not TikTok, Lord have mercy. I got banned on TikTok. I want to thank y'all for watching me over there on YouTube, over here on IG, and on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? If you are watching me on Instagram and on Facebook, I would appreciate it if you went over there to YouTube and subscribe to my page over there on YouTube. I need the subscribers over there. I ain't gonna bullshit you because I'm hurting. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I need you over there. Uh, and tomorrow I'm supposed to do a show in the metaverse. I may end up doing the show in the metaverse. Well, I know, may I'm definitely gonna do my show in the metaverse, but I'm also gonna be coming back tomorrow with another episode here because I can't go to work. And I need something to do. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah, that's gonna be that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to uh oh, let me reply to this right quick. You heard me? Yeah. The ruler is back. What's going on, ruler? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but I want to just let y'all know that again, I'm going to be doing an episode tomorrow as well as on Thursday. Thursday is my regular day. Thursdays at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight is just a night because I'm supposed to be at work, but I can't go to work because I fucked my ankle up at band practice. You know what I'm talking about? And so, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I just want to thank. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, but Nisha, holla at your boy. You know what I'm talking about? And we can make some shit shake. Make sure y'all go over there to YouTube and type in Kattphish and then follow me over there because I need that over there more than anything. You know what I'm talking about? Hey man, I appreciate y'all. God bless you. Have a good night. Keep your nose clean. Uh and if you out here in these streets, make sure that while you out here being hoish, you go to the store and get you a pack of L'Oreal's silky latex undies for STI protection during cunnilingus and rimming. Don't get caught out here trying to eat it and you ain't eating it safe. Don't do it. All right? Yeah. Nisha, don't laugh at me too hard. Don't do me like that. Y'all take it easy. I'm out.